working on our branding to really raise awareness about the issue, but also provide tangible job opportunities for women that really, if they don't have a NOMI job or if they don't have income, they're literally living in desolation and their children are being re-trafficked. So what we're doing, next slide please, is we're working on the empowerment end, but also on the prevention end. Specifically, last year I was in the brothels in Bihar, sharing with women what our program is. A lot of family members are very reluctant to let their girls join the program because they're making a lot of money from pimping their children out. And so our role is to educate the parents that yes, it is important to send your daughter to school because this is a potential income. You have to break it down in rupees. In certain situations where people are living on less than $1 a day, and in some cases less than 75 cents per day. Next, please. And so raising awareness, we do that in boutiques. This was a boutique in Soho that put up buy her bag, not her body for a month. Raised awareness, got some beer bottles thrown at her window, you know, the usual in Soho. Our direct training in Cambodia, and then also some of the products that we've developed. This is a laptop case, all recycled rice bag material. 100% of the proceeds are reinvested back into our training programs and also our capacity building programs. And then this actually, you know, Scandinavians are so progressive. This is a reality show. I love Scandinavia. And Scandinavians in here. Besides our intern from Sweden. Right there. Yay. So there's a reality show, I can send you all the link through MJ, that basically highlights these children. They went to interview women in the garment factory in Cambodia. And what they saw was horrific. So this is someone that was really emotional about what she saw. Annika is her name. So it traces these children that went there and they're bloggers and they interviewed the garment workers to see what they discovered. And so Scandinavia has been always progressive in their supply chain policies and also their corporate social responsibility. Next, so how we measure success is how much the women make, but most of all, whether they're sending their children to school and whether they have savings accounts as well, and also what career path we have them on, not just making products, but perhaps they can do quality control, perhaps they can become a trainer, perhaps they can become an entrepreneur, and we've moved 10% of the women to become entrepreneurs, making saris for their local community as well. So that's really the growth that we're seeing there. Next slide, please. These are just some stories of the women. Not only do we work with survivors, but women who have been victims of child bride, being a child bride at the age of 14 in a very abusive situation. The co-founder of NOMI, who's in India right now, had to take her to a shanty clinic in Bihar. Her head had been split open by her abusive husband, about 32 years older than her. And she now is not living with her husband, but is able to earn income and send her 2 daughters to a boarding school. And then next, Fatima, also, she was sold into brothel at the age of 9, and now she's a trainer for NOMI. She's training other women. So we're paying her much higher salary. So eventually, the women will train other women. And now that model can be replicated throughout India, which has a problem of about 13.5 million slaves. Not only women, but also men and children. Next, please. And this is another survivor. She's a sex slave from the untouchable class. So in India, I don't know if there are any people from India here, but there are certain areas where you're from a different caste, and I won't even be able to take alcohol from you. I won't even be able to take tea from you. So she's from the most untouchable caste, where some of the women didn't even want to touch her. In our class, we don't tolerate that, and so we were able to really not only counsel them to see each other as you know, with respect and trust and dignity, but also to mentor each other. So now she's mentoring other women, and other women are taking her tea. Next, please. And Rashawn, she was in a very abusive situation, moved out of that house, built her own hut in the red light district, and she has been with our program for 2.5 years and started referring younger girls, she is only 14 years old, into our program. So she's getting girls out of her red light district. She actually decided to build her hut in the red light district in Bihar. So this is just some images, graduation. The women hang their certificates very proudly in their hut, in their homes. Savings account, microfinance, we've started a microfinance fund. And then finally, the last slide is ways that you can help. So this is some press coverage we've gotten. Next slide, please. And so products are really important. You know, donations, every nonprofit needs donation. Our goal is to create 100,000 jobs in the next decade. That's also sending over 400,000 children to school. But in terms of the product, 100% goes back to them, and we really want to, the retail industry, as some of you are probably aware, is very difficult in terms of looking at slavery. And we want to present the retail industry consumers with products that empower and not debilitate and pull people down, like most of the images that you've seen. You know, the cotton fields of Africa to the factories of Bangladesh. And I think, frankly, consumers are tired of seeing those images and would like to really be able to purchase products that really elevate the status of women. And so that's one of the things that we offer as Nomi Network. And so thank you all for being here.
Before I give my final remarks, which I'm going to, are there any questions for Diana or Malaya? Anybody? Questions? If not, we have until 9:30 to stay and hang out. The building does require us to be out of here by 10 o'clock, so we're going to do a hard close at 9:30. I'm sorry, those of you that are used to these events at my home know that they don't ever close. But tonight the rules are a little bit different. But I want to make sure if there are any questions. All right, fantastic. So the girls are going to be here all night long. So I want to, would you? So I want you all to give these girls a wonderful, these women. Two more things before I let y'all go back to finishing the wine that was donated by UNICEF tonight.
Fair trade.
Fair trade wine. So two things. One, PFAP is not about an ask. We'll never ask you to come to an event and then ask you for something once you're there. If we're going to ask you to donate, we're going to tell you beforehand. If there's a ticket price, we're going to tell you beforehand. But what I can tell you is that these products are really freaking cool, and that every single penny that you spend on anything that you purchase tonight from the Nomi pop-up shop will go back directly to the women that you saw on the screen tonight. So I would never ask any of you to buy something or make a donation, you know, because everyone is in their own space. But I can tell you that this is an extremely worthy cause. My time is spent on a bunch of causes, but this is definitely the one that I spend the most amount of time on, definitely 100%. I also want to recognize one other abolitionist in the room. We are really graced tonight with the presence of the founder of the Guardian Angels, Curtis Siwa. And before you give him a round of applause, the Guardian Angels, long before Diana and I were even born, sorry, I just aged you. Long before Diana and I were even born, Curtis was out on the streets of Manhattan and then later the world, not only rescuing women from the life, but saving those that had been trafficked and enslaved, like the girls that were kept in Ariel Castro's basement in Ohio, that horrific story. He launched a campaign to end the massage parlor culture, literally the Angels went into massage parlors, broke down the door literally and were like, told the girls, you don't have to be here. And if you don't want to be here, you can leave with us now and we'll find a place for you. So long before Diana and I probably even knew that the word slavery existed, because we were born privileged and lucky and blessed, Curtis was out there on the streets fighting this fight. So I want all of you to give him the biggest round of applause. Without further ado, finish my wine, byproducts, and slavery now. Any questions you have, I'm going to be here all night long. Diana's going to be here, Malaya's going to be here. And if you're not on the Party for a Purpose listserv, let me know and we will give you a card so that you will be tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for your time. Give yourselves a round.